Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No. Y'all,
Just stop.
a sham. It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Tori, what are you reaching for over
Just
there?
like stole a motor. It's like one of those things that's like offensive to you. Like if you're sitting there and somebody just like takes like the placeholder and you're like, I didn't need that, but you can't take that from me.
Excuse my reach.
Are you left-handed?
I'm not.
You got to turn the mug the other way. Then.
Oh, yeah, I know.
There you go.
But I like to hold
What'd you think of our new intro?
I think it's fantastic. I'm so proud of everybody behind it, and I'm excited for season 6.
This is the day 1 of season 6, in case you don't know out there. But yeah, we got the new intro, looking cuter than ever.
That's right.
All right, let's get to it, guys. Preparations are underway for Queen Elizabeth's funeral, which is taking place a week from today. But a lot of you are talking about this, of course. The Fab Four reunited on Saturday. We're talking about Prince William and his wife Kate reuniting with Prince Harry and Meghan. They were at Windsor Castle greeting the crowd of people gathered outside to pay their respects to the late Queen. So Meghan shared a hug with a teenage fan in the crowd who reportedly wanted her to know she was welcome in Britain. But everyone online is dissecting the body language of the royals here. You can see Harry and Meghan walking together, holding hands, showing off, while William and Kate are seen walking apart from one another. There was also this moment when they were leaving. William left Kate to get the car door alone. That's not a good look. While Harry went over, showing off once again to open the door for Meghan. Prince William was criticized for his lack of chivalry. So what did you make of this big reunion? I was poking fun a little bit there. I think he was showing off just a little bit,
I think all of us have been in a situation where either we were uncomfortable or our partner was uncomfortable, and we have to do our best, especially when it's family, to make them feel included or comfortable. And I think that that's Harry's job, since like half of the country literally hates Meghan, to make her feel like, oh, well, this is my lady, I'm gonna stick beside her, right? He needs to
I hear ya.
And so it might be a little bit showing off, but he needs to go above and beyond to make sure that she doesn't feel like the ostracized person in the situation.
But you also got to tell your brother, like, listen, man, I'm gonna be holding hands, a lot of hugging, a lot of opening doors. Just want to give you the heads up so you're not out there hanging. He left his brother hanging.
He didn't look good. Will looked
Yeah, he didn't look good at all.
And this is what I say. When you grieve, perhaps Meghan and Harry are more touchy-feely. They want to hold hands. They feel the need to be close. Maybe, perhaps, the way that Kate grieves is she needs her space. And William's also taking on a new role, and perhaps they're trying to make themselves independent in those two roles. And perhaps that is. But on the whole, you are right. William didn't look good in this situation.
I'm going to defend William in this one, though. Like, Harry's been like, he's been in the States for a little while. It's a little bit more kind of casual. William, how many times has he ever held the door for anybody? He gets the door held for him. So I don't think he was even trained.
But chivalry was like based in England.
I know, but not the chivalry happens to him. He's the guy that gets all the, let me hold your umbrella, sir. So I just thought it was weird because like, he gave her a little weird back pat. If we could play it one more time, he kind of pats her on the back, and she looks back like, "You're not gonna get my door, though."
Is that right?
Like, yes, like watch the back pat, like, "All right, good game, bro."
Oh,
and
she
then
said
she's like,
no.
"Oh, yeah." And then she looked back like, "Oh, okay, this is how we're doing it." Yeah. So.
And she patted him again, like, "Thank you very much."
That's fun.
I gotta be perfectly honest. If I was out, like we were valeted or something, and my wife was like, "I'll drive," and I went over and opened the door, she'd be like, "How drunk are you? What's wrong with you?" She'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Really?
Yeah.
You don't find it a chivalrous thing to usher in and help her in?
Into the door?
Yeah.
No. You could get the door.
Okay.
I'll pay you. You get the door.
This is like a New York, Chicago, this is that issue. But
listen, I don't
Texas
mind.
and stuff down south, that's like a normal thing. It's not like over the top.
Valet?
No.
He's going to go on your side and get the door?
Opening the door for ladies, it definitely happens way more down south than it does.
If I went on a double date and someone got the door, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Why would you do that to me?
Texting under the table like, "Come on, bro."
Yeah, you're
You're right now.
You're pouring her water, you open, get out of here. All right. The Emmy Awards celebrating the best of the best in TV, they're on tonight. So host Kenan Thompson and the producers are predicting a conflict-free zone, unlike what happened at the Oscars when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Ratings for the Emmys were up last year. Did you know that? 16%.
Wow.
I thought they would be down, to be honest with you. Will you guys be watching?
No, they're not going to be down from the Zoom Emmy Awards that we were watching in past years and all the awards that we were watching that were put together so terribly. They're going to be up because we're going to see real people, probably getting real COVID tests and being in real atmospheres. And I think that's what people want to watch this for, to see what their celebrities wearing. People like me who, probably didn't pay attention to a lot of this, but they want to see who's going to come up and what the questions are going to be for the red carpet, and those kind of things are like the selling point for me.
All right.
Well, for me, it's fashion. When Zoom happened and the whole thing, that whole industry left. And for the Emmys, it's like who's wearing what, and what is in. I learned about Barbie core and the hot pink from the red carpet, so I need to learn from that, and I think I'm really glad it's back. I'll be watching.
I mean, I
Will
think.
You?
Yes, because I think a lot of people are watching more.
Because I get paid to.
That's never stopped me from not watching. You know, now obviously Monday Night Football is, that's coming on soon, and that's going to be an issue.
Good.
But
I
know.
Who
But
are the players? Who are the players?
Who are the players?
The Broncos and Seahawks.
Oh my God.
The Broncos.
Your home
Sierra's
team's
husband.
playing.
Yes.
So, but I really do think that since COVID, these have been entertaining. I thought the Country Music Awards were good. I thought, obviously, the Oscars were fantastic up until the slap was kind of the worst part. I thought the speeches were really good. The guy that gave the speech from Coda made me cry, which I was not ready to do.
Right.
And so I think that they've been good and emotional. I think people are kind of going back to basics. People just kind of want to go back to what they know, because we did have a weird 2 years. We got to get past that, and we kind of got to go back to what we know. So for the first time in a long time, will be checking it out.
I like it. So one of the big winners last year was Ted Lasso. It was up for 20 different awards and is expected to clean up again tonight. But some say the Netflix drama The Crown might lose its crown to some other dramas like Succession, Ozarks, and Better Call Saul. I wonder if The Crown, people are going to start watching it a little bit more because of everything going on with the Queen.
Yeah. 1,000,000%
I bet they get an uptick a little bit. So tomorrow we're going to have all the coverage from the Emmys, from the fashion like Tori likes to the big winner, and of course, the losers. We're going to highlight them.
The snubs.
Like a pat on the back. Is there anything that you definitely know needs to win? Because you guys are all way better with TV than I am. So, are there any shows? I'm slow, but I think Severance should have been named. I don't know if they didn't make the cut for this.
Severance is good.
I feel like Severance should win all the awards.
Yeah, that's a good new one. I'm an Ozark fan, and it's the last time that show's going to be on, last season. So I think that's going to get some. Succession is always good. There's so many now that I think it means a little bit more when you win, because there's so many great shows.
It's so saturated. I do think you're going to see a ton of Better Call Saul. I think you're seeing best acting from a lot of those people. Maybe Bob Odenkirk. He carried that amazing, and I've been binging it hard. So I've been really enjoying it. So expect that.
I mean, I don't know if we've ever seen. I guess it's not a prequel, or is it? Or is it like a parallel side story?
I think it is somewhat of a prequel.
But I don't. I hear so many people talking about Better Call Saul.
So good.
I'm not saying it's close to Breaking Bad, but this could have been something. They've tried Walking Dead spinoffs that didn't work as well. This is something that is, I would say, as iconic as almost the show that it's based on, which is arguably the most iconic show of all time. So they had incredible standards to meet, and they met them and then some. So I'm expecting Better Call Saul to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was the last one to watch Breaking Bad. I just completed it a year ago.
Did you like it?
I loved it. And then I watched the movie, and then I'm watching Better Call Saul. So this is all perfect that I didn't have to wait for the next episode. I literally just
in that universe.
Spent my whole pregnancy, maternity leave completing several series that revolved around Breaking Bad.
I like it. Well, we're going to break it all down tomorrow, and if someone loses, we're going to laugh in their face. All right, so Harrison Ford says he's hanging up his Indiana Jones hat and whip for good. Talking about good acting. The 5th installment of the Indiana Jones series is set to be released next summer during Disney's Film Expo this weekend. Harrison told fans this is the last time he'll be playing Indiana Jones. The 80-year-old actor, has been playing the role since 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark. He also starred in The Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, with Sean Connery playing his father. That was one of my favorites. The last movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was back in 2008. And speaking of his old movie, Harrison reconnected with former co-star. Remember this guy, Kiwi Kwan? He played Indy's sidekick, Short Round, in The Temple of Doom.
Wow.
I'm excited. I'm a big Mission Impossible guy. I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. It's going to be interesting how Indy's going to be 80, swinging and whipping things and doing all that. So that's going to be interesting how they do that.
Interesting is a word.
Yeah.
Because here's what I don't want. And Jeff,
oh man,
you don't want him
this
beat.
is reminding me.
If he gets in a fist fight and punches someone else.
You know what everybody always talks about
the
is
De Niro kick.
Yeah, and then the Irishman.
That was so embarrassing.
Okay, the De Niro kick when he beat that guy. He
On the
beat that
street.
guy up. But also when he got rid of the guns that they had done the crimes with, and he throws them in the ocean, and his arm can't go. It's just I don't want to see. It was I don't.
You don't
It
want
was
to see
bad.
you don't want to see Indiana Jones with arthritis.
Right. You don't want to.
Right.
It's like I want to remember him a certain way. I'm not trying to be rude, and like we're all going to get to that point. God bless if we can get to 80 and still be acting. But like I want to remember Indiana Jones like that. So I'm sure they'll work around it. But we have seen on cinema when it didn't happen.
Very true. I do think humor is a major part of the Indiana Jones series.
sure.
I think that's going to be mentioned many, many times. And I think also, I would also be upset if he weren't the one. If they had stuck someone else in there, I'm glad they're ending on
Well, they
him.
can reboot a series.
I
They
don't
did that
re-
with James Bond. They didn't stick somebody else in there. It's just another guy.
I think it made me think like Shia LaBeouf was gonna take
thought that's
over,
what they
Me too.
and I maybe think his off. I don't know.
I think his
kinda-
off-camera antics,
Maybe.
I agree with
don't
you.
want-
I
I also
allegedly.
don't think the fans were feeling it.
Yeah.
I think the fans want Indiana Jones to go with Harrison Ford.
The thing I
Yeah.
just said, yeah.
Wow.
Happy season 6, guys.
Yeah, we're family. Coming up on DBL, our interview with actor Ernie Hudson. He's telling us all about his new role in the Quantum Leap reboot. And Ray J is calling out Kris Jenner. What it has to do with the drama over a lie detector test.
Oh, man.
That was on the comedian.
Closed captioning provided by
Hey, just stopping by to say we're taking over. We're mad. Oh, yes. We're taking over. You know what time it is. We're taking over.
But now
We were
he's
talking about
threatening
that
to
Ray
sue
J
her mom, Kris Jenner.
mess that happened.
That's
She took a
so
lie
let me break
detector
it down to you,
test.
Jeff.
Yeah, break it down.
Okay,
Wait,
so-
should we or should we save it?
Well, let me break down the pre-story before not
Okay.
the conversation.
Okay.
Kris Jenner went on the show, took a lie detector test.
On
People-
James
People
Corden's
think it's a bootleg lie detector test.
Okay.
Like, obviously. So they asked her all the tough pressing questions, and everything she said was true. And Ray J said, BS, we all came in this together. We signed a contract and said that we're going to give out this sex tape. And I'm tired of you guys ruining my career. I wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars. You blocked me from doing this. You blocked me from making all this money.
Does he
because-
have the contract though?
Well, he showed it on Instagram this
No
weekend.
way.
And so we're going to discuss. He allegedly showed it. Mind you, I only overheard because I was trying to sleep and Colin was watching this live in bed while I was trying to sleep. So I heard him say it, and he was on vacation in Dominican Republic.
44-minute
He had
video.
his TV screen pulled up with his phone messages to Kanye and everybody, trying to show and prove exactly what he was saying. So where y'all stand on this? It's very messy,
Yes.
but I was tickled.
Say what you want. It is entertaining.
Yeah, I was very
It's like-
tickled this weekend.
Yeah, those Kardashians, for as much as people always say, I hate them and I don't watch them, they cause
us
you to have
entertained.
some kind of feeling
Right.
towards them, whether you love them and defend them or hate them. Like, where are you with the Kardashians?
I'm always
She loves
obsessed with
them.
it. They're magnets. You're always going to watch it no matter if you say you hate them, you're still going to watch.
But what if they had a bootleg lie detector test and then Ray J shows the contract with everyone signing it?
Well, that's what he's saying. He's saying this
That's
person
that's
never got
like,
a lie
what's up?
detector degree, and then people started clowning him because, like, is that a degree?
Well, what do you think it's not admissible in court, a lie detector? Why? Because it's only 70% accurate.
It's not admissible?
It's not admissible in any court.
It's admissible on Maury. That's all I need.
That's all you need.
That's-
So
that's
we're
my
not positive
court.
if these are the fathers on more. There's
Correct.
only 70%.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Kim Kardashian's ex Ray J is putting her family on blast. As you remember, Ray J was involved in Kim's sex tape, but now he's threatening to sue her mom, Kris Jenner, after she took a lie detector test on James Corden's show, claiming she was not involved in the release. Watch.
Did you help Kim release her sex tape?
It's okay. No. No.
True.
Of course it's true.
Thank
Of course it's true.
you. We cleared that up.
All right, but hang on a second. Ray J then released a 44-minute video on Instagram saying the test was fake. Let's take a look.
It's me and Kim. We signed the contract the same exact day. But when I think about my kids, I'm like, nah, man. Like, I don't care what nobody think about me. Like, y'all can't just go out here and do a lie detector test and just lie.
Okay, so Ray J claims Kim was in on the tape's release too, and said her handwriting in old notes matched the writing on the sex tape contract. Ooh, where they both got paid $400,000 to release that video.
That's the ooh. Like 400,000. Wow, that's a lot. I don't know if we needed a breakdown of the video shoot. Intro, oh my God, and then end.
He's got to show the receipts that he has, right?
I mean, I guess that was a receipt. It could have been also a wish list for Santa. But, you know, honestly, first of all, Ray J is hilarious.
Yes,
and
very. Is he?
Yes,
Very.
he's
I didn't know.
super funny, and he's engaging, and he seems pretty forthright that this is what happened. He didn't strike me as somebody that, first of all, needs attention, but it just seemed like somebody that felt like their name was being besmirched.
For real, and I agree with you. Second of all, just so you know, any lie detector test is not admissible in any court whatsoever. They're only about 70 to 90% accurate, so I could see that Chris slowed her breathing, figured it out, so she could be lying.
Well, she's a national spy.
To me, there's
Liz, get it said again.
Why not? Like this, her foot was shaking.
She picked her locks that she was chained up in.
I feel like there's two sides to this. Like, okay, you're a grown man, made a decision to date a family that like yearns for the spotlight, and now you're getting irritated that you're in the spotlight for the wrong reasons, even though they're happy to be in the spotlight for the wrong or right reasons. So like, my sympathy is very narrow for him. However, I do think that a lot of people have been having this conversation about how the sex tape got released, whether there was actually like a suing of the company that released it that nobody has documentation of. And he's like, listen, we agreed and we made money, so stop doing this, because now that it's been a decade, I have tried out for like Dancing with the Stars and been excommunicated because they think that I sabotaged you with this sex tape. Tell the truth. So he really was supposed to clear his name like a decade later, or maybe more than a decade. Like 15 years later. He's like, dude, just stop saying this, and like stop going on James Corden with your fake non-degreed polygraph test people, and move on, because no one asked for this information. But also Kris Jenner did by even taking this test on air.
Yeah, she knew that question was coming.
Polygraph tests usually don't come with a smoke machine. Like that wasn't like a legit test. I'm just saying. So I think
I agree with
I want
that.
to hear more from Ray J.
It reminds me a little of Tommy Lee and Pam in that movie, and how we saw how that tape actually came out. Very interesting backstory there.
Absolutely. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Ghostbusters actor Ernie Hudson. One of my favorites. He's telling us all about the new Quantum Leap reboot.
Do you or someone you know snore? If so, then you've probably reenacted this scene at some point during the night. Snoring can be a real problem, but one TikTok trend with hundreds of thousands of views claims you can stop snoring and avoid morning breath by taping your mouth shut at night.
This is going to help your oral health, it's going to help your sleep, it's going to help dry mouth snoring.
So let's verify. Is mouth taping a real home remedy for sleep-related issues? Our sources are the Sleep Foundation and Michael Bruce, founder of thesleepdoctor.com. The idea of mouth taping is fairly simple. By taping your mouth closed at night, you prevent snoring by forcing your body to only breathe through your nose. This also keeps your mouth lubricated, which can reduce bacteria and bad breath. Our sources say mouth taping is fine for people who don't have any other health conditions, but snoring is sometimes a sign of other issues.
The very first thing I tell people is, before you start taping your mouth shut, the first thing you need to do is look at nasal congestion. If you've got nasal congestion, solve that problem first. You might not need to tape your mouth.
Snoring could also be a sign of sleep apnea, so Bruce recommends talking to your doctor before trying mouth taping. The Sleep Foundation notes there aren't many scientific studies on mouth taping. Many of the perceived benefits are based on personal accounts, like those TikToks. Still, Bruce says it can help the right person. So, yes, mouth taping is a real home remedy for sleep-related issues. If you do decide to tape your mouth, make sure to use a medical-grade skin tape. Household tapes like duct or masking tape will hurt when removed and can cause injuries, especially for people with facial hair. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. The hit show Quantum Leap is back, and the man best known for hunting ghosts is trading in his proton pack for time travel. Earlier, we spoke with Ernie Hudson. Take a look.
Why did he leave? Find out what he's there to do and bring him home.
If you fail, there is a 100% chance that this ship will crash.
Just out of curiosity, if the person I leap into dies,
You die too.
right. Good to know.
Please welcome to the show, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
That was a big round of applause.
And you know why, Ernie? Because you're always so gracious with your time, and you're one of the good guys. And I think that means a lot to everybody, including us. So I just wanted to pay that little token of respect. But before we get...
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
Before we get to all your new projects, because you got a lot going on, we got to ask you a Ghostbusters question, of course. But this is a little behind the scenes. We hear you almost didn't take home your iconic jumpsuit after filming. So what changed your mind?
Yeah, you know, I've learned a long time ago not to take anything, but Harold Ramis said, well, I was getting ready to leave, and Harold said, Ernie, are you going to take your jumpsuit? And I said, no. He said, Ernie, we're the Ghostbusters, so take the suit. So I took the suit, and I have my suit from all 4 of the movies.
Wow.
See, he is a good guy. He didn't want to take a souvenir.
Can you imagine? Where are they? Are they just in your closet, or are they like specially protected, I hope, behind glass?
Well, not really. They're in somewhere in the basement. I'm not sure, but.
You are so humble. I would have that on every day at the corner store. Like, I'm the guy from Ghostbusters.
This, my proton pack, no big deal. Speaking of that, you're known, as we said, the nice guy, but you play the bad guy in the BET series Family Business. I just wanted to know, you know, as an actor, you go method. What experiences do you have to pull for that make you bad? Do you have a bad bone in your body?
Well, yeah, I think you know, we have all of it in us, and sometimes you have to be a little threatening. Raising kids, I learned that. So, you know, I don't have to do anything. I just have to have a certain look, a certain tone in the voice. But it's a big world out there, and we kind of sort of express it all. That's the great thing about being an actor.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, we got to talk about Quantum Leap. I know a lot of people are excited. You star in the reboot, which airs later this month. What did you love about the original series that you were so happy to join the reboot?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. In the original series, you know, they would jump into someone's body, and just the whole idea of being able to have someone's experience, to empathize, you know, we think we understand what's going on, but when you're living that, that was fascinating. So me and my 2 older boys would watch the show on a regular basis, and they were really excited to hear that I'm going to be a part of this new Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it's a big deal. You have really devout fans, but how does your character tie to the original show?
Well, you know, I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say, but my character discovers the project had been shut down, and he's very passionate about getting it back up and getting Sam Beckett, who was lost in the original series, getting him back home. So he's the guy who runs the program. Yeah, it's really exciting.
All right. Well, Ernie, usually when this question is asked to you, you're in the back of a Civic with the windows a little foggy. But I'll ask you now, if you could time travel, where would you go and why?
You know, I realized that we all got here somehow. I never knew my mom or dad, so I would be really curious to see how that happened. You know, how did they somehow get together to get me here? Because I don't have any answers, and I've always had a lot of questions. I'd love to go back and somehow be, you know, able to experience whatever that was about.
Well, on behalf of everybody, we're glad you're here, brother. You are one of the all-time nice. You make it hard on us because you got so much stuff going on that it's hard to get it all into one segment, so we're all pulling for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm still thinking about that answer.
That was a nice moment.
I know. We appreciate you just being so real and honest with us. DBL Nation, you don't want to miss Ernie in the reboot of Quantum Leap. It premieres September 19th on NBC. Ernie, we appreciate you. Congratulations on all your continued success. We'll be right back.
You deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Queen Elizabeth II is featured on all coins in the UK and some paper money. Her death prompted several social media users to wonder if they'll have to get used to a new face on their currency. So let's verify. Will King Charles III's likeness start appearing on money in the UK? Our sources are the royal family, the Bank of England, and the Royal Mint. The image of the reigning monarch has graced English money since the 1st century. Each time a new reign began, the nation's money would update. The Royal Mint and UK banks that produce currency say coins and notes that have the Queen's image will remain legal tender as new money with the King is produced. When it comes out, King Charles is expected to be looking left instead of right, as Queen Elizabeth did. This continues a tradition that began in the 1600s, where the new monarch would face the opposite direction of the predecessor. So, yes, King Charles III's likeness will start appearing on money in the UK. However, he is not expected to appear on regular paper money produced in Scotland and Northern Ireland. These countries issue their own banknotes, which do not feature the monarch. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
There are clear signs of it here, but the palace intrigue extends well beyond the British embassy here in this country, even if the only power the royal family really has over us is to keep us curious and keep us interested. In the wake of her death after 70 years on the throne, it's the first time that most of the world will see what happens next.
We turn to several sources listed here to verify a few questions. Charles is divorced. Doesn't that disqualify him from being king? Actually, that's a big misconception that ending his first marriage to Diana Spencer was a disqualifier. It's the remarriage part to Camilla Parker Bowles that historically could have caused an issue. Because of the Royal Marriages Act of 1772, marriages of close royal family members require approval from the Queen, which she granted in this remarriage. This, plus a softening of the Church of England's stance on divorce and remarriage in 2002, kept Charles's place in the line of succession secured. The Queen also declared his wife Camilla Queen Consort once Charles became king. Why is Charles already king without a formal coronation? According to British law and the Office of the Privy Council, a new sovereign succeeds to the throne as soon as their predecessor dies. The days to come will be full of small ceremonies and official marks of his ascent to the throne, but the ceremonial coronation takes a lot of preparation and planning and might not happen for some time. So what's the line of succession now? Prince William, Charles's oldest son, is now first in line, then his children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, then Prince Harry, his kids Archie and Lilibet, then the Queen's other son, Prince Andrew, his daughter, Princess Beatrice, her daughter, Sienna, then Prince Andrew's other daughter, Princess Eugenie, and her son, August Philip.
Princess Charlotte, William and Kate's daughter, has that spot on the list because of a 2013 law change. Gender no longer plays a role in the order of succession. It's just one more example of the many ways in which things changed over her great-grandmother's long reign. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Welcome back to DBL. Ernie Hudson, what a good guy, huh? I just want to give him a shout out.
He was saying in the break, he's just one of the nicest human beings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He deserves everything, and he's just so humble. He wasn't even going to take his Ghostbuster suit. Think about that. He was like, it's not mine. It's yours, Ernie. It's a pleasure. What a pleasure.
He's one of the good guys in Hollywood. See you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.